bust wood, I bust through and bust moves. Stay true to kill it to stay smooth. Handsome brothers stay set in the mood, but they wanted funky rhymes from the brother so cool. Trying to check the vibes and set the conversation. The keenest minds to find this observation. I'm on 10 podcast, so don't not face it. We'll be the first to declare our greatness. Checking out, check out, I'm checking it twice on the weekly. I'm busting, cause busting is life. If you don't know, now you do though. You should peep game, that'd be cool though. Cause your part is crucial, so get on the movement. If you ain't busting, don't know what you doing. Wasting your time and ignoring the truest. Some of the realest, they greatly influence. Kings in Montana creating a movement. Scrapping or rapping or laughing or acting. It really don't matter, cause this is our passion. We busting and trusting. It really is something. When it comes to our family, you know that we love them. That's how we roll. Montana in the house and we taking control. Podcast kings in the place to be. We taking over, just wait and see.
Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly buzz will be on the night. No bull, stay true and tried. It's Buzzwood, it's ride or die. Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly buzz will be on the night. No bull, stay true and tried. It's Buzzwood, it's ride or die.
All right, we are live with Ryan Garcia of Denver Sports Betting.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, welcome to the show, man. It's cool to have you on our platform.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Don't forget, you can let loose too tonight, baby.
Hey, before we get too far into the show, can we get a mic check and an audio check from the audience watching that are looking right now? Give us a thumbs up or drop something in the comments. Let know everything is clear, crystal clear, please.
And shout out to our boys Jeff Unger and Rico from Billboard Nerds.
Hell yeah! Shout out Rico. Shout out Jeff. I hope you're healing up better than ever, Jeff.
Yeah. We sound good out there? Just let us know. We're gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, we're just
sounds good.
Sounds good, players. Let's roll on. Let's roll on.
Yeah. All right. So
we have a tradition on the show, Ryan. And the tradition is we have a lot of different kind of guests that come on, and we want to give the guests an opportunity in their own words to describe who they are. So let me just pop the question out there. And who is Ryan Garcia?
Who is Ryan Garcia? That's a good question. Just a hustler, man. Just learning and figuring out this thing called life. Putting the puzzle pieces together, man. So that's what I've really been thinking about lately. Is doing so many different things out of my comfort zone, collecting a piece of the puzzle, and then just trying to. And hopefully, I'll be blessed enough to be able to put it all together. But just hustling until I do, man. So just that guy, man. Just on this journey, just on Denver Sports Betting, one of Colorado's only sports betting outlets right now.
Awesome, man.
I got a question about Denver Sports Betting. Who's all on your team?
That's a good question.
So we have Anthony Gabriel. He's our host. We have a couple interns as well too, but it's mostly just us right now, man. Just grinding it out.
Oh yeah, hey, we feel that, man.
I want to extend on to who is Garcia, right? I want to know who you are, man. Like, where did you go? Where'd you grow up at? Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Yo, Denver, Colorado, born and raised. There's not many of us, everybody keeps moving here, man. So
Montana too, man. We hear your pains. We're having growing pains like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, man, just born and raised here. In beautiful Colorado, Broncos fan. I'm a homer all the way, man.
Let's go Denver. Broncos country, baby. It extends all the way up here.
I'm very loyal and everything when it comes to my teams, man. Huge into sports. Always been into sports, man. My first sports bet ever, 6th grade, against Josh Angel against the Super Bowl Rams and Titans. I had the Titans. We all know how that ended. That 1 yard. Yeah. So that was my first sports bet ever.
Oh, that's good for Kurt Warner though, so he deserved one.
That was legendary, dude. Yeah. Do you remember that game? Like I do. We were living in a place called Gonvick, Minnesota, and I just remember like the atmosphere the next day at school. They're like, yo, like the kids were going bananas and shit.
So what was the bet?
It was wild. George was huge.
Probably like $10 or something, at that time, and like how hyped I was. So close, man. What was it? Curse. Or yeah, I can't remember who had the 1 yard. They stretched it out and they didn't get it, man. So I lost my first ever sports bet. But
George was a baller running back then, dude. Do you guys remember him? He was just a beast,
no,
dude, for the Titans.
I wasn't watching football yet.
Yeah, no, he was that year. I just remember him. I just remember it. Yeah, Marshall Falk too. They were just Tory. What is his name?
I'm gonna share this episode. Everybody else should too.
Greatest
what
show
was
on
that wide
turf,
receiver's
right?
name? Something Tory.
Hall.
He was so fast.
For the Rams.
Yeah, he was so fast, man. I would use him on Madden all the time.
Ishmael with the Rocket.
Do you guys remember your first bet? Like legitimate sports bet?
Fuck.
I mean,
No, dude, it's
Something
good
in
on
high
Ryan
school,
for knowing
UFC.
that.
that's how you know he loves this shit.
The last one the first one I actually remember.
I've always been about it, man. Always been about betting. So like, just for me to be where I am right now, it's crazy. It's pretty wild to even just be invited to a podcast. Like 5 years ago, like who would have been inviting me, onto anything? So it's crazy, and it's a pleasure to be on here, guys. It really is.
Fuck yeah, dog. We're excited to have you on, man. How did the response go? And see, you know what the difference between our show is? We can let go, man.
That
How was the response on for you, bro? From our end, on our end. Be a good response?
No, everyone loved it, man. They just because we've never really interviewed anybody like with their kind of own podcast setup with 3 people, so they like the vibe and everything like that. So they liked you guys and everything like that. So that's why, man, like for any bare knuckle, especially with the one coming up, we got to try to get you guys on and talk about that.
Oh
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it was such an honor for us to be on it because this was actually our first time being on radio.
Yeah, Ty had to watch out what he was saying and stuff, man.
Oh man,
we almost got all the way through it, and this fucker cussed.
yeah.
I'm the worst, man. I have the worst mouth in the whole world. Everyone knows it, dude.
So I've listed you guys
we
as
grew up
cherry,
around the
huh?
logger, man, and that's when they say that you cuss like a logger, man, that's for real.
Yep, my dad was a Libby logger. That is true.
That motherfucker always cussed.
Anybody that is tuning in, thank you.
You can just like they're ad libs. That's all they are. You just got to get used to them, into the conversation.
Mama,
Oh man,
right?
Not that.
So was 6th grade where you started running the books, or like how did you come into this? What happened post like high school? Were you going to college for accounting, Ryan, or what? How did this all kind of become a thing?
Oh, bro, totally opposite, man. I was definitely into partying and everything, and I was doing whatever it needed to be done to make some money and everything, So before it was legal here in Colorado, just partying a lot, man. I knew I had the entrepreneur side. Yeah. I never really took it too serious, just because I was out there partying. It was mostly making some money just to spend it kind of thing. But I knew I could make it. So I always wanted to put it towards something, else. And that's kind of what Denver sports betting is.
Well, you guys have the title for the #1 sporting radio station, man. That's something to be proud of.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
That's pretty fucking badass, man. Just to get to that extent, man, that's something to be proud of. You know what I mean? On your end, I don't know what it feels like to be at that kind of level yet, but hopefully one day.
Definitely. Man, here's the thing. Like, I've been doing this 5 years, man. Like, I've been in the media. I've seen people come in. I've seen people go and everything like that. But as far as the energy you guys have and just I see the work that you guys are doing and the love, that's the biggest thing, that the love that you guys have for what you're doing. Like, I already know you guys are going to make it there. Like there's no doubt, man. So, I feel like I'm a veteran in there, so when I see up and coming guys, man, I love it, man. I love the fresh energy, because like, it reminds me too, because there's sometimes, man, I look at it as a relationship, with Denver sports betting. At first you're super hyped about it, and everything like that. But then you get over that first like 3 months or that first year of that relationship.
I'm glad you talk about that, man, because it's a perfect little segue into my next question, man. Since you've done it, you said you're a vet, you've come and gone. What's, I know that you probably have like some memorable experiences. What's your favorite event that you personally covered?
So I would say, okay, so born and raised in Colorado. At one point, Denver sports betting, was partnered with Rod Smith, Broncos Super Bowl legend.
Shout out Super Bowl.
So
champion.
like it was the most amazing thing for me because I grew up watching him. And when I started Denver sports betting, I had him on my radar just because I knew he was a businessman and everything like that. Was reaching out to him for like 6 to 8 months, emailing him. So finally he hits me up and he's like, yeah, let's meet up. And I'm like, when? And then never happened. And then like I hit him up again. Okay, let's make it happen. So one day out of the blue, hits me up. He's like, cool, let's meet. Of course, I drop everything, go. We sit down, we talk about it. I don't hear from him for another 6 months. He calls me and he's like, hey, I have this thing going on. I didn't want to step on your toes. And I was like, wait a minute, Rod. Like, who am I? Like, do your thing, get your money, all this kind of stuff. But he's like, yo, I want to sit down and talk with you. So I was able to sit down and cover some of the stuff with Rod Smith. Like, that's, to me, like, that still blows my mind. A Super Bowl Broncos legend to be able to, partner with him, get like all the business stuff from him and just work with him and do like cover everything. It's amazing, man. It's crazy, this journey.
That's awesome, man.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's always fun the experiences that this position offers you. You feel blessed all the time, man, because you're around. Like I noticed that I'm sitting around sometimes and I just look around. I'm like, I'm soaking in conversation from some of the coolest people ever, dude. Like, how'd this happen, dude?
Facts,
exactly,
right?
man. Yeah. Exactly. That's the thing about it, man, is like, more and more that I'm on this journey and everything, it's just like really taking it in, because there was times where, I would just do stuff and really not think how big it was personally for me, coming from where I was just some partier, not doing much,
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you brought up Rod Smith, which is great because it's like you're reading our TV here, because we are also huge Denver Broncos fans.
Not me.
This guy over here, he hangs around. He likes to run around with the Niners, man. But they got a winning organization. You know what I mean? And so their fan base is loyal as Denver's. Usually, actually, it just proved that theirs is as loyal as Denver's. Just recently, their stadiums were packed.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we're Broncos fans. Going back to that era of Rod Smith and stuff, my favorite Broncos player of all time is going to be, like, people are probably shocked by it, but I love Jake Plummer, man. I love that era. That grind nose football. We had Portis on the team. Clinton Portis was a savage, dude. That era of football was so fun because they were beating Tom Brady when Tom Brady could not be beaten. And like
the only organization to have a winning record versus Tom Brady.
Yeah, they were just killing. They were killing the Patriots. The Patriots could not figure out how to beat Denver, but they could smoke everyone else. So it was so fun to watch those games, especially the snow ones. And I remember Jake Plummer throwing balls to Rod Smith and stuff. That was epic.
My favorite Bronco of all time is Champ Bailey.
Let's go. Same team, actually.
As during that time, who mine was? Like, it's the most oddball one ever. Like, as a kid, the jersey, everything. Bill Romanowski.
Romanowski. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nice. He's a badass.
I was like,
motherfucker.
My second was John Lynch.
I like that.
I love John Lynch. Oh my God, I love Ed McCaffrey too, dude.
Just like first, it's like, all right. There's
even Levi would tell you that.
It's like,
he probably thought I was going to say Ed McCaffrey.
There's a white boy out there. There's a white boy out there just doing it, and he's just making crazy catches.
Dude, getting smoked in the middle, dude.
And then he broke his leg. I was like, I didn't even really like the Broncos, but I was like really sad about that.
Dude,
like,
he was the first like Wes Welker and shit like that. You know what I mean?
But he's like Jason Sehorn.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? Was his name Jason Sehorn? The Giants?
I don't know.
Their safety. He was like a white dude who was a really good cornerback or safety. Yeah. And anyways, fucking I'm trailing off.
I like John Lynch a lot too, man. He was such a fucking savage. Levi brought him up just a second ago. I had his jersey. I was like one of the first, I think maybe the first jersey I bought as a teenager. I was like, I'm getting a John Lynch.
Like the Niners GM, John Lynch?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
Bless up, John.
That's what I said. Did you know? That's what I said. Your team is built from us.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan comes from, Mr. Coach Shanahan from Denver. And then we got you got John Lynch that also played with Denver. You got pretty much a whole organization that went and came together as a coaching staff, which were like secondary.
Ed McCaffrey's kid.
Yeah. You got McCaffrey over there, Christian McCaffrey. It was a very Broncos-made team.
Yeah.
So you're
crazy.
We should have had Kyle. You should have had Kyle.
We win a
Like,
Super
that
Bowl,
was-
basically Denver.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was gonna tell you. If you guys end up winning one, you can just thank us now. It's okay.
So
We can share the trophy.
So was it like what was like your first really big moment going to a game? Like was it with like family or a couple of homies, or like what's like one of your really cherished memories like going to a Denver game?
Dude,
Since
you
you're
had
right
your
there. You've probably been to a million games.
Right.
Yeah, so of course the ones with my dad, of course, like taking me to when the Pepsi Center first opened, but there was a point when the Nuggets, man, like they were awful. You guys know like how bad the Nuggets were, like winning 12, 13 games a season. I knew a ball boy, so he would give me level 300 tickets. I would sneak down, and there was one day there was courtside like seat opened up. I was like, today's the day. And I snuck down and sat that next to Marcus Camby the whole game. And I was just bullshitting with him, this like 14-year-old sitting courtside, just bullshitting with this guy. And then I had to move over because somebody came for that seat, and he was just like, he knew what was going on, but no one cared. Like, no, we weren't selling tickets at that time, so I loved it, man. I would just sneak down all the time, but I saw my shot, and I was like, I'm going courtside tonight.
There you go, awesome, dude. I've never been to a professional or college game of anything, so
that's rad, dude.
Nah.
Yeah. I just went to my first.
He says no way, dude.
I just went to my first professional anything, and that was the Braves game for my honeymoon.
You lied. You got into professional fights, bro.
Yeah.
I guess,
dude. But those mid 2000s, those mid 2000s were hot.
Okay, no ball game.
Oh, bro.
I don't been to no professional ball game. I do no football. No basketball.
We gotta change that, bro. You gotta go to a game,
bro. I would have loved to go this weekend.
I gotta know your feelings. What is the atmosphere in Denver with Sean Payton? We're on a 3-0 win streak. We're knocking out bigger teams. We finally
Bills,
beat
KC,
the Chiefs back to back. Yeah,
we beat the Chiefs. Let's go.
The atmosphere of Russell's on fucking fire. Russell's playing good ass ball, man. Denver seems their defense is all back together. What is the feeling in Denver?
We get K-Jack back this week. Let's go.
It's feeling like it's finally clicking, and we didn't get hosed on the trade. I think that's what everybody kept saying is like, oh, that was the worst trade in history, when now it looks like it's Deshaun Watson with his guaranteed contract. So thank him for taking us out of that conversation. But right now, like, the mood is amazing. It's back to Broncos country as usual. Like we have a future. We have a future with this.
That's cool, man. I like Sean Payton a lot. So I mean, once again,
I've always liked Sean Payton.
Yeah, I just like what he did in New Orleans. I think he's a cool coach. He seems like a pretty decent person. So,
and I don't really care what he did in New Orleans. He's a thug.
County Gate, bro.
So we got Wes. He says, "How cool is this? My daughter, who's named after a Denver Broncos quarterback, Peyton, threw out the first pitch at Seattle Mariners game. Fucking sick.
Fucking sick one.
That's fucking sick." And why is Russell Wilson so weird? Because Broncos country. Let's ride.
He's socially fucking weird.
He's corny. He's not weird. He's cool.
But you know why?
He's just corny.
But you know why? Because his dad had him doing press conferences when he was young. Like when he was a kid, he was doing press conference. Like he was his dad knew like what he was going to be doing, so he got him trained. So like I think that's why he is so weird. Like, those childlike stars and the hard dads on him and everything like that.
Yeah.
This dude was pretending to do press conferences when he was like 10 or 12 years old. That's crazy.
Kind of made him a little bot.
Yeah.
He's
he has been playing so well that he can be as weird as he wants now. Because he's winning games, and the last 2 weeks wins have felt so fucking gangster.
Mm.
Like as a Broncos fan, we're so spoiled.
3 weeks time with two full games.
Man, we're spoiled as Denver fans. We grew up in an era where we didn't suck for fucking 20 years. We played good football consistently for a long time, and then we went through an 8-year drought after Peyton. We're like, yo, dude, this is bad. We went through like 20 fucking quarterbacks.
Brian Greasy back in the day.
That was Ty's
I
favorite.
hated Greasy, man. Oh my god.
So what's it like in a town like we're in Montana where we have nothing professional, and like we're 1 minute you literally want to like light up the freaking grab the pitchforks and like light some torches and go to this dude's house and fucking kick him out of town. What's it like being like where the city is so emotionally charged, kind of based on what's going? Do you feel it a lot in the city, like in the Mecca there, like that, or what's it like there?
Like, yeah, definitely, man. Like, for everything, of course, Broncos country rules here, but you have the Abs, you have the Nuggets that just won, man. Like, people are so emotional. I love it, man. Like, just because you go in like any kind of like Facebook group and you just see like people going back and forth, and it's crazy, like just the amount of love, because even though they might be trashing them, they're saying it because they're hurt, man. They love them so much. It's a toxic relationship. So they're like, yo, man, like I can see them typing it out, crying, like why Russ gotta play like that, but I just love the city, man, just because no matter what, at the end of the day, like we love our teams, win or lose or anything like that. Like you're still going to see people repping Broncos consistently. Like
absolutely, man. I've worn my Broncos shirt every Monday.
Exactly, man. Like you're going to rep it. So that's what I love about it. Win or lose, we're about it.
Yeah, I just wondered. I thought it'd be fun to live in a bigger city for a little bit, just to like feel that emotion a little bit. Even if it's not like a team I really fuck with, it would just be kind of fun just to like take the highs and the lows with some people.
I think the cool thing is that you could go down and watch LeBron James play basketball. When he comes to town.
Yeah, have you seen LeBron play?
I have, man. I've seen him a couple times. Like. That's the thing. Like you never realize. Like I saw Yao Ming, when he first came out.
That's crazy, dude. That's a monster. What did he look like in person, dude?
What
did he look like in person? Like how tall that motherfucker is,
bro. It's crazy that wingspan and everything. Like looking like a pterodactyl out there. It's crazy.
He's just so big, dude. It's crazy just to see a person that big.
Yeah. Damn, man. I need to move to a bigger city, dude. Bro. I need to fucking get to a bigger city.
How big is Yao Ming, though? He's like 8 something, dog.
7.
Was he 7'1"?
No, I think he's 7'6".
7'6".
Oh my God.
He's like
huge, dude. He's a monster. He's taller than Shaq by 2 inches.
No, by like 4.
Really? That's even worse.
Damn.
That's crazy.
I think Shaq might be like 6'11".
So I got a question. Like, what ties us the weekly bust and Denver sports betting all together? BKFC 50, the juggernaut.
7'6". Thanks, Rico.
Appreciate it. So I wanted just to bring it up and recap a little bit. We never really truly got to share the attention that it deserved. We were kind of waiting for our boy to return, and then things get busy and cooking. So. What brings us together is that you guys have developed a relationship. Jake, our boy, why don't you bring us in, man?
Yeah, Jake, tell us what it is, man.
Tell us about the trip down with Jave, and
that's very true, Jeff.
And then meeting up with Ryan.
Yeah, it was cool, man. The drive was fun, and I've obviously known Javis for a while, so that was fun.
The drive was fun.
Yeah, I like driving, dude. So I mean, we did 8,000 miles for our honeymoon, so. We did a lot of traveling, but yeah, dude. And I was nervous as fuck. And then we got to the day of the event, and I wasn't even talking to these guys at first. I ran around for like the first hour 45, because I met up with Kai and then Howard Davis and fucking Jug. I saw he went live, so I went from literally I was running fucking back.
Busy man, you were, man.
So then I rolled up, and then Jason was talking to these guys, and I sat next to a guy who was nice, but he wasn't my speed, and Jason ended up going to do something, so I kind of stole his spot and started talking to his homie Jake, and then Ryan and I started talking too, and yeah, that's when he let me know. I was just interested because I asked Jason, I'm like, yeah, what's up with these guys? He's just like kind of like, oh, I've just been bullshitting with them.
Yeah, a total Javis.
Yeah, he lives a lot in the moment, whereas I was kind of being, I like getting to know shit about people, because it's like, what I mean? Every person is interesting in their own respect one way or another. And then you guys ended up being super fucking interesting. So, because I was like telling Jason, like, oh yeah, this motherfucker's got like a sports betting shit that he owns. He's like, what? Or like your homie Jake, it was a journeyman electrician, and this like the shit that he does now.
Do you know what's funny is that he's all like, I was like, Jason, did you even get their name? He's like, nah, man. I was like, and Jake's all like, dude, you talked to him for like an hour. You didn't even get their fucking names. He's like, how does that happen, dude?
Hey, just living and partying, man. You know,
It's fucking funny as fuck, man.
But he's
damn Jeff Unger out here.
But yeah, it was fun, dude. And then I don't know, these guys
That
were
Howard
super cool, and
Davis.
yeah.
Jesus
So then
guy.
we ended up
4,000 miles to Vegas. Right? What are you talking about?
what? Yeah, so then we just ended up chopping it up, and yeah, so I just kind of came and stayed in contact with Ryan, and I just thought it'd be fun to have him on the show and vice versa, and just kind of make it, a regular thing. Just 'cause,
You know, and I think this would be good to have familiar faces on each side. You know.
Yeah, man.
So, with that there, and I seen the comment earlier. I'm just gonna bring it up now. Do you know anything about the Brawl of the Wild, Cats vs. Grizz?
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's either the 122nd or 123rd this weekend, and Grizz are up by a bunch. So I'm just gonna throw that out there for Jeff Unger. You know.
Fucking. What do you guys have a
Yeah,
rival? I mean, I just wanted to recap back to Denver. What was your guys' perspective? What was your side of view? Because we know ours a little bit, from Jake here and there. What was it like meeting the weekly bus for the first time?
Bro, it's dope because once again, like I've been doing media for 5 years. Again, I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but within that time, man, like you meet a lot of people that just are about themselves, and just like where it's almost like I don't even want to do this, but like meeting people like Jake and you guys like makes it worth it. Like honestly, it does. Because this is fun, man. This is fun meeting new people, helping each other out and everything. I love it, man. So just meeting people with a good vibe that are just there to have some fun and bullshit and actually like build each other up, like that's huge. Because I don't know if you guys encountered that, just haters and just people really just like cool, like you're cool, but from there, as long as you're not getting above me or anything. So, bro, that's the one thing I don't like about media. A lot of it is it's so political and all that kind of stuff, but like just meeting a cool vibe, man, that this is what it's about, man. So I'm happy that we we got to sit next to you, and now we're chopping it up now. Like this is what it's about, man. So I really do appreciate you guys, and
For
this
sure.
is rare.
So back to BKFC,
and Ryan lost $20 to me.
I was just gonna say back to BKFC 50.
He didn't even want to bet though. He was being awesome.
I heard
he just threw down 20.
Rumor has it y'all had some money on the float.
I cut it off. I'm sorry. You're about to pop it off. I'm sorry, and I fucking cut it off.
No,
Jake
good,
was-
man. I'm glad you've seen it coming, dog. Also, dude, what did you think of BKFC 50? BKFC in general. That was your first event, right?
No, that was my third one, man. So honestly,
third, okay.
the first one I went to, someone hit me up. They're like, "Yo, man, we can get you in with media passes." So I was like, "Cool." I've never checked this out before, and like it blew my mind, man. Like it's a whole different kind of experience. Like it's just crazy. And then from the first one to the last one to 50, like bro, it's growing so much. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah, man. The production. I think every show that we go to, you just see the production go up another 10 steps.
Yeah, because we were there when they unveiled that new mic hanging and
drop banner,
freaking
freaking yeah, dude, it was fucking dope, man. Like it's just coming together. So when you see it, it looks like it's like, and I hate to use the word spectacle, but that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's such a show now. You know what I mean? And it's fucking sick.
I tell people all the time. So I went to this comedy show, and these people drove to Colorado just to go to an Avs game and go to a Broncos game. And I told them, I was like, "Oh, you're from Utah?" I was like, "You gotta go see this bare knuckle fight next month." I was like, "You have to." So like, I've been putting people on like to it, man, just because you have to go. Like the environment is electric, bro. Like
you're coming to Salt Lake, right?
I'm not, man. I'm not.
What? Oh man!
I know.
Why you gotta work?
The biggest card yet? This probably did. This card competes with
I'm
huge promotions.
I'm pretty sad about it, you know. But
Talk to your boss.
I'm living through you guys. I'm gonna be living through you guys, watching everything you guys do.
Dude, you should see my fucking suit I just ordered. The only person that's seen it is Thailand, unless you showed Levi.
It's cold. I didn't. No,
I did see it.
What? I don't give a fuck. Actually,
I didn't show no one.
I don't care.
But
It's gonna be Slick
Jake
Rick
showed
on
me
that
at his
bitch.
house. What do you mean,
Yeah,
bro?
that was my other suit, bro, and you know it. So
That's a bad boy. No, I know.
This guy's gonna be competing with
Quit
Jeff
it.
Houston on his get up. I can't wait to see the two fist fight.
I would
Oh,
never
Ryan.
fist fight, dude.
No, you have to.
I know.
And
I
for the
want to
blood.
be. I want to be like, you know, like a knight. I'd be like down on my knee, and he'd just like gift me a jacket. You know?
What if he said, "This is bare knuckle. You gotta knuckle up in these suits."
I just couldn't swim with
Anyways.
Jeff. I love him too much.
Jeff Hunger asked, "Yo, Ryan, have you ever went and watched the Buffs? Like since Prime been there?
Yes.
I'm gonna guess."
Bro, it's crazy. Like I went to the Buffs last year, and then this year, like, man, it's fucking crazy. You can
What did
imagine,
ticket
like,
prices do?
oh, bro, they went. So I was beating myself up. So before the season, I had a chance to grab some tickets at $250 a pop. Lower level for who was it? USC, the USC game. And then I was like, nah, that's a little too much. And then by the time those came around, they had tripled. So like it's crazy. Like it's hard to get a ticket, and you're gonna drop some cash. But bro, everyone's there. Every fucking rapper, every fucking athlete. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I've never seen CU like that ever.
Yeah, that's wild.
The celebrities are coming in like crazy too, man, and they show up for those Buffalo games. Like they're showing up more and deep. They said for the Buffalo games than they are for any other professional. sport. Yeah.
I think that's because they need funding, and then they're gonna get a new stadium, get a new jumbotron. You know what I mean?
They already got the jumbotron planned out, right?
I don't know what they.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I seen they released something last week that was their plans for getting a huge fucking big screen. So
Absolutely, Fenner would beat his ass and let him know.
Denver has seemed to be, as a collective city, building around its sports all the way through, man. You guys got champions on every part, man. And I expect Buffalo to do the Colorado to do the exact same thing.
Oh man, it already has, man. Like what Dion's done, like it has, like I don't know another time that's happened. You know, a former player like that with that kind of background, that's that celebrity status, goes in, becomes a coach, and like changes everything, man. Like changes literally everything about the game. So everybody's tuning into watching the Buffs. You know, and not even the number 1, number 2, number 3. Everyone wants to see what the Buffs are going to do, win or lose. Now you have your haters that want to see Dion lose, you know? So like people are just tuning in just for that. So like he's changed the game for it. And like, I love it that that's here in the city.
Well, you're a betting man. What are the odds you think you guys win going to nationals or creeping into the playoffs or something like that? Not this year, but next.
No. Next year, man, like once we get some line and everything, we'll be in the top 10 next year easily. We might sneak into the playoff and everything, but I would definitely put some money on that because these recruits want to play for Dion. It's simple as that. You know, against Alabama,
what game?
Like all that kind of stuff, they want to play for Dion. You know, it's wild.
I think they don't have the line to really give it to the fucking bigger teams right now, but wait until the big recruit, like the 5-star recruits start going there.
Well, how many games did you guys win last year? Was it like 4 or something like that?
I'm with Jeff Unger. It'll be 2025.
Yeah, one last year.
One?
One.
And you guys are at what right now? 6?
4. We're at 4 right now.
I'm sorry. I'm shit. I'm fucking way up. I haven't been paying much attention to college football this year. I've been slacking on that.
For anybody that doesn't know,
what are the odds of Denver winning out?
For anybody that doesn't know,
sorry,
the Mike and Miss show is also going on. So if you're here, thank you for that. But shout out to our boys over there. They have a big show going on as well.
Shout out to Guy Stewart because he's on that show. Shout out to Mike Perry because they're on that show.
Yeah.
We're not competing. We're always shouting out. That's one thing we want to know. We love Mike and Mish.
Those are our boys. Collaborations.
So what's it been like? I mean, honestly, in the last 10 years, you guys have had a Super Bowl, and then within the last 3 or 4, you've had the last 3, right? A hockey championship and a basketball championship. That's pretty huge for the city. Well, the owner owns the Rams too, right?
Is that true?
Yep.
Oh, of the Nuggets. So it's like he's had 3 championships in like 3 fucking years.
Dude, that boy money.
So
he's making, and then he owns a soccer team. I can't remember what soccer team in Europe. One of the big ones, United. I think.
If they won one.
but bro, how lucky is that? Like you guys, I'm not trying to rub it in. Some places don't even have teams, and then we have teams that won back to back and everything. It's just I never thought the Nuggets, like when I was going to the Nuggets games when they won like 13 games, like me and my buddy like literally almost cried, man, because like we were like, bro, we never thought we would live to see this day, the Nuggets win a championship, bro. Like legit, like I never thought that was gonna happen, and then it does, and like I got to see it in my lifetime, man. So that's cool. That's all I can.
Are you a bigger Nuggets fan than a Broncos fan?
Nah. Broncos for sure, man. But just
Broncos
Nuggets, like I said, I was riding for them when they were at their worst, man. Like I was all about the Nuggets at that point, and like, of course, you got the bandwagon people now. Oh, I love the Nuggets. It's like, do you? Were you there? Were you there in the trenches?
I fucked them tough in the mid 2000s, dude. I fucking rooted for them tough.
You had Carmelo, you had AI, yeah. You got some ballers. Come on, Iggy.
Yeah. Baby. Lakers were our kryptonite, man.
Nene.
Like, Lakers were always our kryptonite.
That like 2008, 2009 team, I thought for sure, like 2007, 2008, I thought for sure, man, that they had some juice.
I think AI didn't really give a fuck, though, when he's at the Nuggets. He's just chilling.
He's still balling pretty tough, but maybe.
You know what I mean? He wasn't that caliber player that he could be. He's just kind of lax on the court.
But I don't know. I just always think it's interesting. Like for us, we're able to kind of decide what teams we want. Obviously, sometimes it's more based kind of. I mean,
Montana. Denver's, yeah, dude, we do have that advantage.
So man. It's kind of fun to listen to stories like that where it's like or like Cubs fans. Oh my god, just how
hunger.
My homie shook.
Jess, are you talking Miami Heat? Is that what you're talking about? And Niners all day. He says red and gold till cold. Hell no.
Yeah, so it's always fun, like stories like that, where you're like, fucking, you're a kid, like literally, you've been to games and seen them, and so to finally win one, I just think it's cool. Denver's on kind of a streak right now. I feel like I said, to say you've won 3 championships in 3 different areas in like the last decade that's
who's a Cubs
big,
fan? So. Not me.
I want to bring up a few things. BKFC 56 is coming right around the corner. It's a shame that you're not going to be there, but I'd still want to. I still, as a betting man, you're in the man of betting. I want to know who are you going for in the big fights that from the main, the co-main to feature and co-feature, really, I guess, because that's another championship fight.
Oh man!
Technically, there's 4 belts on the line that night. 4
for
violence.
Yeah.
Kai's.
Yeah.
Christine's.
Yeah.
And the fucking heavyweight
interim.
Yeah.
That's an interim fight now. I guess I didn't know. I didn't understand that. Dang. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah. What are your? So who are your predictions then?
Harry, bro, you got to go play. Like that dude has such a resurgence in his career, bro. Like he was made for this. Like he's a dog. Like he was made for this. Like,
did you watch the presser?
I gotta. Huh?
Did you watch the presser at all?
For his last one or for the
for Eddie and Eddie and Mike.
I didn't know. Were they
body punch each other?
It was crazy. It was a weird. It was a crazy little exchange. Anyways,
Rothwell, man, that I know he's I don't know, man. Like I just feel like all these guys have had that resurgence. They found the love for it all over again. And I think once you find that, like I think it takes them to that new level. Like Perry, like in UFC, like he was kind of that guy for a little bit, fell off and everything, but I feel he loves this. And I feel the same thing with Rothwell and everything as well too. These guys love this, and so like they're battle tested already as well too. So,
I mean, Eddie Alvarez says he's never lost a street fight.
And that okay, so I want to talk. That's why I brought the presser up. Wow, Eddie Alvarez, he doubled down in that presser, saying, "This is what I fucking want to do now, dude." He also has found some kind of spark that I didn't know that was a thing. But when that presser came out, he told Mike that, yeah, he's like, that's all cool and shit. He's like, you've been knocking this. He's like, but none of that matters. He's like, I don't fucking lose, man. He's like, I got fucking a wall of belts to prove it. He's like, I'm about this shit. He's like, I like bare knuckle. I was like, damn, dude. So I've been on the fence going back and forth.
The presser, or are you talking about Ariel Helwani?
No, the fucking presser, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the presser was, yeah. And then they, they did a little, because Mike Perry was at the weightlifting competition or the bodybuilding competition. They're doing the stomach punches or whatever the fuck he's doing. Well, him and Eddie started doing the body punches, and they both looked at each other like, oh, fuck, this is getting real, dude. And I think fucking I'm teeter-tottering. I'm going to go back to Eddie.
I think you've been Eddie though.
So I know.
He told me last week you were Mike Perry.
I did. I told you I teetered.
He's out here team switching on the low.
So I teetered. No, I got
like a politician up in this
switching on the low.
I did not. I made that public last episode. I said I'm Perry, and fucking
5 episodes ago you were fucking Eddie Alvarez. Bro.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Team swapping on the low. Drop some comments.
It's not team swapping. If you fucking are looking for advantages in their training camps and all that shit.
Hashtag switching them up.
Hashtag beach season's over. No more flip flops.
No more teetering. I'm not locking it in yet.
That's smart though, because now you can pull up whatever episode that you were on them, and you were like, "Yo, I was right."
I'm honestly, I'm just waiting to. I'm reading the environment before the fight, and then I will have my final pick. Probably the night or two before.
Tune in next week to find out who Thailand goes for.
I just go for the person that has the face tat, and if they both do, then whoever has the hardest face tat.
Then
so,
you should go for
Mike
the bald
Perry.
guy.
You got Mike. You got Mike.
I've been Mike. Yep.
Yeah, I've been fucking with Mike, so
Quote
not like
that.
fucking with him, but
I've
that's
been
who
Mike.
I said.
Quote that.
Levi's always goes for the opposite, and I'm on this
I go
side
for the
this time.
motherfucker who's better
All
on
right,
the
so
mic.
I want to hear about what do we think about the rest of the fights?
Yes.
So you said Rothwell. Who else do we got?
Christine Faria versus Beck Rollins.
Okay, and then who else?
Then we got Kai Stewart for Howard.
Oh yeah,
Davis.
there's that one there too. What do you think about those?
And then we got Arnold Adams versus McTerrell.
So, which one are we talking about right now?
Kai Stewart
First
versus
one,
Howard Davis.
first one, Christine Faria, Beck Rollins. It's a run back, and this is one of the few females that has gone the distance with Christine.
They said there was an early.
I saw this. They had this one in Colorado for when Platinum, was there. McGregor came out and everything like that. So I got to see it the first time and everything. And Ferreira, like she's just a beast. I know Rollins took her there, but nah, man, like it's gonna be like when Nunes lost, like everyone knew she was gonna come back and just fucking claim her shit. So that's kind of what I think.
I think Christine picks it up heavy too.
Me too.
I think I'm rolling with the homie. Let's go, Misfit.
I got first round KO on Christine.
Oh, you think she's gonna go that hard?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I was hoping
I was going
drag it out a little bit.
I was gonna say maybe third for me.
I think she wants to make a statement. She said that she was going to be one of the biggest fights at Denver, which she was. It was a great fight, and the reality is that I believe that she wanted a finish, and I think she's hungry and she has something to prove. She wants to be the GOAT, and and what it takes to be GOAT is you feed knockouts. Lorenzo Hunt right now is the GOAT because he fucks people up off top, bang, gone, sends them into the ether is what he says.
Do you think if he would have ethered oh boy last fucking Kamosi, do you think that would have solidified it? Because now they're still the door
saying,
open right now.
Run it back.
Yeah,
because now.
Well, he's saying that he wants to.
Both of them are.
Kamosi's been saying it.
They're both chirping.
Well, Chris is claiming that Jug's kind of been saying, I don't know.
Let's save Jug for a minute for himself. But no, I think Faria. My pick's Faria first round KO.
Yeah.
Damn, Jeff Unger said Rollins finished him in 1 round.
Oh my god.
There's my boy Javis right there. What's up, little Berber? That's our boy.
I'm excited to watch, dude. I've watched some of the Christine's fight, and then I've watched her on your guys' show. and I'm fucking super excited to like. I was excited about Denver.
Yeah.
And I told Howard in that interview, like, if this fucking fight between you and Kai happens, like, I will be there. And like, I'm fucking excited, dude. Like, it would have been cool just to see those two fight, but now, like, we're gonna be able to see like some of the best fucking people in the game right now. There's a couple other people I wish we could see on the card, but I mean, other than Jug, if he could have had like some crazy opponent, like Hercules or something.
Okay,
I don't know.
So, I think that they had the nice. I think that if they had
That was good.
Killer B versus Tennessee Gangster, that would be.
There's 2 fights I wanted to see added. I wanted to see Drew Angel Core versus Bobby Taylor.
Absolutely
added to that card, and then I wanted to see the Taylor Starling versus Jenny Savage as well.
Mhm.
That would have been sick.
I'm biased. I really want to see James Lilly fight again.
Me.
Or Boswick.
So now that moves on. You got
Yeah.
Faria. It's unanimous.
Bridger
Faria
is fighting. That's right. Bridger is fighting on that.
unanimous Faria. So I got a question. Now, this is a big one for us. He brought it up. Kai Stewart, the motherfucking outcast, the Montana champion, the young man, the gentleman himself, the gentleman of fucking. I can't say the gentleman of violence. That's Tom, but the gentleman. He's in there. A bare knuckle. Versus a very seasoned, outspoken, controversial fighter out of fucking Miami, Howard Davis. This is a big fight, and it's for the title, for the featherweight title. What are your thoughts going in?
Bro, I've been checking out your guys' content and everything like that, and this one does have me hyped because like you guys have hyped it up, so much. So, I'm riding with you guys. I got to ride Montana, right? Like,
Let's
yeah.
We charter in a bus.
You guys are
everything.
my
Let's
boys
get it.
now, so I'm like, I got to ride with them. Like, I don't even care,
Right.
We-
What's the
we
odds on
ride.
the fight?
Ryan.
I'm not. Do you know? Ryan might have the
I
numbers.
don't know. They haven't. They have them on DraftKings, but I haven't checked them out at all yet. So, yeah,
So-
DraftKings is their official.
You got any early
is true.
predictions for Kai and HD?
I don't know, man. Like this is where like I'll be following you guys for my bets, like to see what you guys finally decide. So, like I said, for this one, you guys know this one in depth. Like I'm riding with you guys. So let me hear. Let me hear what you guys think.
Butter the soil over here, baby.
Levi, he wants to know what's your opinion. Early predictions going into Kai versus HD.
I think this is going to be another banger of a fucking fight. The first round is going to be explosive. Second round, they're going to figure it out. Third round, it's going to be done, I think.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
That's a hot take, bro. That is a fucking hot take. Okay.
I'm going 3.
All right. I'm ready.
Billboard Rico's in here too. We know
So
who he's got.
I got. All right. Here's my perspective.
Yeah.
I think it's good. I also believe that it's going to be finished. I also believe it's going to end probably late. I want to say it's going to end in the 4th, and it could be due to a cut. I think it's going to be a banger off the top. I think Kai's going to win all the rounds in a manner of no. I think Kai's going to win 3-1 rounds, but he's also going to finish the fight. I think he's going to control because HD going in, he has phenomenal striking. I can't take nothing from it. I just think that he's going to go into someone that has really, really great clinch work, and he hasn't experienced anyone like that. Not yet, not from the tapes that we've seen. Kai has a unique style that brings to bare knuckle that has not yet been mastered by anyone. I think he brings a new aspect to HD that HD's not quite ready for, because I get that the Florida boys, they know how to bang and they're tough and
they're traditional boxers
and they hit hard as fuck. But can they outlast a man that is on a mission of his own? I don't know. I think it's going to end in the 4th with Kai. You're right. HD.
Let me ask you guys,
yes, and I believe there is going to be some heavy cuts on both sides. I'm expecting.
Let me ask you guys this, like, because I'm interested in this side of it. So if one just goes in there and dominates, knocks him out first, second round, what does that mean for HD and what does it mean for Kai if one of them just dominates like that for their career? Like for Kai, does that solidify him? For HD, like does that make him like the next big thing? Like what happens?
That is a fantastic question, and I love it, dude.
I think for Kai, it would definitely put to rest all the haters that's saying that he doesn't have it. He's from Montana. Just the shit that's kind of floating around that, you know, people have been saying.
We get so much unnecessary hate. It's crazy.
Yeah. Bro. When he's from a small town, and people think that because we're out here kind of in the middle of nowhere, if you will, that we don't know how to bang out here. But I think it's starting to be.
Well, that's
proven.
like all we know.
Yeah.
Growing up,
fucking fighting and drinking is kind of like bred into Montana.
So cool.
So I'm
drinking,
excited for
fighting,
it.
dog. That's what we know. If you guys have ever heard that song, go search that in your Spotify search. Drinking, fucking, fighting.
By Hectic.
Yeah. So it'll be good. And then for HD, I mean, you know, obviously him winning the belt will be big for him and what he's been trying to do in his career. And I mean, he's kind of on his own personal tear. So I'm excited to fucking. All these other fights are going to be cool, but it's
okay. So yeah, I want to coattail Jake there. I think, you know, absolutely, and I'll actually add on to what you said. It will definitely solidify Kai Stewart as the dominant champion. Kai has fought ranked fighters. He did climb his way up. It was early on into the sport as well, and some people believe that he don't deserve it. Where this fight will prove that he is, because everyone was picking Howard Davis. Everyone wanted to see him fight Howard Davis. Everyone expected him to duck the Howard Davis fight. He picked it up.
But as soon as that contract came across, guess who signed it?
He picked it up. He wasn't, you know, he's already proved so many people wrong. So I think this gives Kai the opportunity that he's been wanting and he's been needing, because it's going to quiet a lot of the people that have been talking in the background. And he does get on a lot of unnecessary hate. So that win is not only going to solidify him as the champion, because fighters will tell you this: you ain't a champion until you run it back, until you defend it, right? So this is his moment to defend his title, solidify his championship, also solidify him as a bare knuckle boxer on top, you know, of his division, because there's really there may be one or two other people in his division that are on Howard Davis's level. To be honest, I think this is the cream of the crop for his opposition. And for Howard's side, if Howard does come out as the victor and he does win and he gets it, Howard Davis is also on the cusp of superstardom. If he wins this, he knows his value skyrockets. He knows his place. He's a great marketer on his side. He's a marketable fighter, and he's a nice guy. You know what I mean? So it will bring him and his community, because he's a community guy as well. So much pride for his end. So he has a lot on the line for his own pride, because, you know, he took a loss from, you know, Louis that, you know, that people hated, and he's always wanted it back, and it stained his record, but he's come back and he's earned his way up to this fight. So he's also now in this spot where he needs to win this in order to really solidify his stardom, or people are going to feel like, did they choose the wrong guy to follow?
And that's all that I got from the interview, is that he wants to be like, he was pissed about that stoppage with Louis,
right?
And he feels like he really has something to show here, to, you know, something.
Jesse, are you trying to fight?
There's a lot on the line for both these fighters. In my personal opinion, this is the fight of the night going into this card.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that biasly. I watch as an analyst, a sports and a bare knuckle analyst, and I'm telling you right now, this has the most hype behind it, besides the Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez fight, simply due to their guys' names from previous fight, you know, like their history. But that doesn't have anything to do necessarily with that fight in particular. Like, they don't really have any bad blood. There's no history between them.
And I was gonna say the call out's been going on for a year or so now.
You know what I mean? This has history, and a lot of it. They don't like each other in the sense of they don't respect each other's fighting abilities. They, you know what I mean? They don't think. I mean, there's this blood there.
Well, just like what happened in Denver,
right? You know, the belt was. You know, people have put hands on Kai's belt right there. You know what I mean?
What's that show? Was it Kaylee and Micah?
Was it Mika and Kaylee's show?
Yeah, was it?
It
that
might
Mika
have been.
Dude was for sure, but
yeah.
Or
So,
I guess Howard was on Mike and Mitchell.
There's a lot of hype going into this fight, like I said. So, you know, like I love that you asked that question, because the reality, the rewards for both fighters are fucking through the roof. And that's why I think they took this fight. That's why I think they wanted this fight. Obviously, Kai has more risk than Howard does, but it's also a huge risk and reward basis on both sides.
Yeah.
It's
So
funny,
if
Jeff.
if Kai wins and he dominates pound for pound, where do you rank him?
Oh, that's a good fucking question. There's a lot of good fighters on the pound for pound. I got, there's Tony Soto, there's Christine Faria, there's Jug on top, and there's a lot of good names on there for pound, and it'd be hard for me to rank.
Dominate, second round knockout, something like that.
If Kai knocks out Howard Davis early on, I put him in the top 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7.
Yeah,
maybe about 7,
8, 7, 8.
And then one more fight, he could be up top 5. You know what I'm saying?
He has some stoppages too, so you got to give him out. He has stoppages. Like he has a knockout too, and Kai, pound for pound, I put him in 7. Yeah, I think 7's a good number.
If it goes to decision, then we were right back at square one with the same combos. I mean,
I don't think so. If it goes to the decision and Kai wins, Kai still solidifies his name and still defends his title and still boom, he skyrockets. He's already a fucking star, hanging out with Rick Ross and everybody else. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, Rick Ross pool party 2024.
I can't wait for this fight, dude. We are like 16 days out.
It's insane. Kai has fantastic training. It seems like Howard Davis has nonstop training. Howard Davis looks jacked.
Well, he was training with Mike Perry. I mean, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they were doing sparring with Mike Perry, and Kai he's kept his training camp real secretive, under wraps, but he sounds and looks incredible himself. I just seen him recently. He looks fucking great. Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's getting real. It's getting exciting.
Well, for me, it's like I met Kai through you guys, and I mean, I started to like him just through the show and shit, and then I met HD in Denver. So it's just like, and he was a super cool dude, and he's a man. It's really cool to see two sides of the coin, and both of them are grinding so hard for the same mission. Yeah. One is for the defense title, or the title defense, and the other one's to get the title. So it's fucking just been a pleasure, kind of. I mean, and Levi and I have been going to the gym. Obviously, we're not seeing Kai training like at his fullest when we're there. He's kind of, but
yeah, it's already at 5:30.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just been a pleasure.
And he does all day. That's what he does. Yeah. It's crazy. He's so dedicated to his entire body. It's a trip. His schedule is. Yeah.
So I'm excited just to see a fucking banger of a fight. And that's going to be like you said, the fight of the night for me, no matter what. As soon as I find out that was happening, like for sure.
What
that's like our main event, the other thing, everything else.
That's the Montana main.
And then there's another big boy fight that we have left that I wanted to get your opinion on, and Levi did too, was the Arnold Adams Mick Terrell fight.
So honestly, I can't, I can bullshit with you guys right now. I'm pretty good at that, but I really couldn't say. I haven't really checked on either one of these. So like, once again, like anybody that wants to bet or is going to be watching this, I point them to you guys because you guys are the experts. So I'm listening to you guys. Like I want your analysis. This is where I have you guys on the show and listen to you guys.
Like I don't follow Arnold enough like that. I'm not deep on his shit or either one of them. So it depends on. Arnold's got the skill to take this by a long shot.
Oh, this is gonna be a hot take, I can tell.
But it depends on did he put the effort in to.
There you go. That's the key to me, man. Honestly,
this last fight when he was fighting Allen, it didn't look as that.
My dog. I'm glad you said it because I was gonna say it too.
Like he looked sluggish.
If Arnold shows up just to get a check and not fight, we're not gonna get a fucking. We're not gonna get the Arnold that everyone likes.
But when Arnold shows up to bang and he's ready, that motherfucker's mean.
The guy that everyone likes, and he decides to train and get in there and say, "I'm doing this to fight because I like fighting." I got Arnold all day.
Do you guys put your picks up against each other and put some on the line? Like one's got to go like streaking down the street or something like that if they have the worst.
We do money on the flow.
Somebody has to pull their bat wing out.
Yeah, my pee-pee suit's small. So we need a different bet.
Can you imagine like Frank the Tank on Old School? We just catch one of the boys running.
Have a weekly bus
down the one way here.
It's Jake. Get in the car, Jake.
I do that without even losing a bet. Shit.
We're going streaking. Everyone's doing it, Lib.
Yeah. Do you guys do that though, or do you guys like money?
Say it again. Oh, usually just money on the flow.
Money on the flow. That's where the
Okay.
term comes from, man. Like it's coined into the show. It solidifies your bet.
Denver found out about it. I was talking shit to people in the crowd.
Yeah, Jake. I look at Jake.
Jake got paid, baby.
Yeah, he's like, I got 20 more on the float.
Like I said, Ryan was awesome. He didn't really want to bet, but he was fun and bet with me. I got a couple people in the crowd to fuck with it.
I mean,
so.
he's from sports betting. He knows how to throw money.
And
on
I was
the
like,
flow.
you can't own a gambling company.
And
like-
not be ready
But he
to throw
wanted
money.
Lorenzo, so he was nice to me because he knew we fucked.
Oh.
with him.
Really? You went Lorenzo too?
Yeah,
I figured being from Denver, you would have went Chris.
Well, he did bet for Chris, but he went like he knew Lorenzo.
I know that. But his
Yeah.
I figured his original bet be loyal to the soil. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's smart.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
With my heart. I'm bad with my
You
brain on that one.
Chris Camozzi bang, dude.
It was a good fight.
That was a really
super
good fight. I think everyone in the whole room expected Juggernaut to silence everyone, to be honest. Anybody that knew Bare Knuckle and know Lorenzo, they were just kind of expecting
Sex,
Chris
drugs,
to
and
go to
rock and
sleep.
roll.
You know what I mean? Chris did not go to sleep. Chris fought his ass off, dude, and it was fucking sick.
It was so fun to watch, bro. In
But what do you
person.
guys think about what's the owner Felder, right?
David
Feldman.
Feldman, shout out.
Feldman. So what about like him saying that he wasn't impressed with the main card, like that he or not the main card, but the main event? You know, he kind of called him out and everything. What do you guys think about that? Where he doesn't want to run it back because he wasn't impressed.
He's
with
seen,
it.
the problem. Like, Feldman wants people to knuckle up. That's why it's, they coined the term knuckle up, right? He wants them in there. And what we witnessed was really strategic fighting. You got two really experienced fighters who weren't necessarily looking for the knockout. They were looking for a win. They wanted to be in the winner's circle, not, the stand and bang circle and try to see who can get banged on. They fought well, and they fought like fighters should fight. I thought it was an awesome fight, and I think Feldman wanted blood is what it was.
Oh, Jeff, I'm behind you on this. We need way better sports betting Montana. Like, because those
For sure.
fucking sports bet machines are trash.
I
boy.
thought it was kind of funny for him to make a statement like that, considering how a lot of Palomino's fights go. And
especially the last one.
well, and Jug is a fucking straight. His highlight reel is all KOs. So
Right.
it's like this dude fucking delivers fight after fight after fight, and one doesn't go down with the KO, and then you kind of like say that shit. But then you have people like Palomino who consistently go to decision, and I just thought it was kind of weird for someone like Jug has the swag, dude. He's got the personality.
Jug does say that.
And Chris
the promotion
Camozzi's a
fucking
badass
dogs
too.
him out.
Nothing against, yeah. And we talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he discussed it in depth on the episode.
It's just hard not
before.
to like want to market that guy, dude. He's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, and it's
He was-
so I was
he had
just
that-
shocked.
He had that parent, like, I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed at you guys kind of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I
Yeah.
just thought it was crazy though. Like, he kind of just called him out like in front of everyone. And, I just wanted to thought what you guys, was that fair? Like, I know you guys say like, it was strategic and everything like that, but for like a promotion, like Bare
I
Knuckle,
think
like
he was fed up, and he that fight, that main event was the roll down effect from about two other promotions prior leading up because they were subpar. No offense to the fighters on those cards.
Which ones?
I think it was like New Orleans or something.
48, 49?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
lead up,
Okay.
the lead up to
Well,
those.
the New Orleans one was James Lilly Palomino, wasn't it?
Uh,
Or it was two before that?
Yeah, and
I
he
think
was pissed
48.
about that because of what
Yeah.
Palomino said. Yeah, he's all like, I didn't come in there to fucking knock James Lilly out. I could have
Yeah.
performed better, but I wanted to. He's like, it was kind of like Palomino's protest to getting a bigger name to fight.
Yeah.
And
Does
that
put
was
pressure- my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
no. Go ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Does that put pressure on the other fighters, knowing like, the owner of this just called these guys out for being strategic and everything? Like, he wants, like you said, to see him bang. Like, does that put pressure on these other ones to be like, shit, like I can't take it to decision. I just got to go out there, throw it and knock him out. Like, do you think that is pressure, like for him to say something like that?
From a fighter's perspective, I think it was a very bad move on his end, and I think emotions got the best of him that night. And like I said, I think that particular fight got the ass end of like two prior shows kind of trickled down to that, and he wanted blood, right? And I don't know if that is actually his actual feeling, because I've seen him commend like really good fights that were very similar to that. I just think he was not satisfied with that particular lineup of shit that happened. And from a fan's perspective, I think he was brilliant because now it gives the fans yeah, we want that shit too, because people want violence, people want blood, people want action. So from a business perspective, it probably was good for like the fans and shit to cheer him on as a promotion owner. So it was I don't know if that's his actual feelings or just emotions wound up that night.
I don't think he was a fan of my question.
No.
Don't worry, I've done that too in Albuquerque.
He did. Like,
I got lost. I was in the locker room. Christian was doing whatever. I was like, I don't know what the first question I asked Feldman was. How do you feel about the UFC? I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's gas tank that one. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, go back to Knucklemania 3.
Have you had any weird fucked up questions that you've asked like in the spot of a hot moment? You're like, oh fuck, why did I ask that?
Dude, my fucking tongue gets all hot and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
I asked Perry something. I can't remember a resurgence. Like I asked him, I was like, what do you think about your resurgence? And I don't think he knew what I was talking about, like what resurgence meant. Because he went totally like a different direction, and I was like, all right, cool, thanks. Like
that's a dope soundbite. Thanks.
Hey man, I got about a 5-minute interview with Mike Perry, and he was pretty humble, you know what I mean, about meeting me. But I also was so I was kind of shocked, you know what I mean? He's Mike Perry, dude, you know what I mean? And it's I was in a very private setting too. I was in Lorenzo's private room right after he knocked out Mike Richmond, and we're one of the few people in there. And I'm interviewing Mike Perry, and I remember looking at him. I was like, "Man, this fucking sounds stupid right now, dog." And he's all like, "Dude, I had." That's funny you said Mike Perry because I had one of those moments too with Mike Perry.
I asked him for an autograph at 4:30 in the morning at the airport. So whatever.
He was cool, man. Yeah.
Jake said he's got to get out of here, so we're gonna let Jake say peace out.
Yeah, peace, brother. I gotta do an extra day of work tomorrow. We're doing concrete early, so I'm gonna.
Actually, I think we're almost at the end. If you want to close her out.
Yeah, just we appreciate it. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to cut. You guys are still kind of bullshit. I'm not trying to cut anything short. I just I gotta get some shit ready for work. And
my man.
All right. No, love you, boy.
Love you, dog.
All right.
I love you, my boy. Have a good night, buddy.
You look tuckered out, little BBs.
Yeah, his eyes are redder than the devil's.
Ryan, I love you, brother. It was good chatting with you. Hopefully we can have you on again here soon, and we can talk right before the BKFC event. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm sad you're not going to be there. That'd be fucking.
That's a bummer,
bro.
We'll go live on Instagram down there. You guys just got to keep looking for it.
I'll make sure to rub it in and send you a bunch of fucking dope pictures.
Yeah, we'll send you pictures of us with everybody and just clips. Hey, this was one for Ryan.
See if we can get someone super famous to shout out Denver sports betting.
That'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
I'll get right on that.
We'll talk to you soon, man.
Love Jake, man.
Peyton, we miss you too, girly. Peyton Kill Eagle.
Shout out, Peyton. I got some questions for you concerning your business, and that is it's UFC, and you're the UFC guy now. Like on that end, you brought us on there talking about UFC, which actually was a wild. Let's talk about that real quick. We went on to your show to talk about UFC. What did you think about what happened?
Yeah, since we've talked to you,
bro, like that. Oh, bro, like what a crazy fight! Like what the fuck,
Volk? Tell me that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, man, like it, and like we for the most part, like right, like I think we were pretty on point with what like you guys were thinking, right? Like
absolutely.
I didn't think it was gonna end like that. I went double unders, dude. I went double under that night. Remember, I took both short signing.
What about Usman though?
So I went 0-2 that night. Usman, that was impressive. I thought that was going to be Volk's performance, but he got.
Come on, no guard. Volkanovski was in full fucking guard. The kick was perfect.
It was, man. It was. But
he was in full guard, man. He was in full guard, and the kick came right over the fucking top, man. It was like you couldn't have timed it better, man.
It just. What a G for Usman to come in like short like that and being like step up and everything like that, or Volkanovski, like he could have easily been like, no, I need my full training camp and everything, but he's like, nah, let's do this,
Right.
But vice versa, you know, like everyone thought it was going to be a submission or go decision or something like that. And for him to go out there and, you know,
They needed
handle his
2 more
business with the
rounds. That's what it felt like.
bro, it was, oh man. Got to give a shout out to both Volk and Usman, man, for jumping in there. Like that's gonna be tough, man. Like 2 weeks, right? Was it like 10 days or something
Yeah.
like that?
10 days
That's
for both of them, I
Do you think it exposed Chimaev then?
a little bit, man, just because like he couldn't, you know, like he on that short of notice, you expect those guys to lose because they're depleting themselves so quick. Like I don't know. Like but he's still for some reason, man, like I always kind of go against him. Just because I feel like his gas tank's not there, but you know, he's shut me up every time. So
He seems to be more durable than
going against
I'm
him.
with you
Fuck
too,
it.
bro. I'm with you too. He just doesn't appear in the middle of a fight that he has that endurance, man. But he ends up pulling it out. You know, I don't get it.
he makes me look stupid every time. So I can talk shit about him and say like, oh man, this guy, like his gas tank's not there, but he can look to the camera and be like, oh yeah, like after every win. So, you know, I want to see him, you know, in that really big fight, you know, next and see what he really has, you know, because I still don't believe in him. I'm still not on that train. I'm still not.
Dang.
Me either. Me either.
No, I'm gonna keep doubting him. We're talking about Chimaev, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep doubting him too.
Yeah, I'm not a Chimaev. Like he just keeps
He's
pulling
got to
it
show
out.
me more. Got to show me more.
He just keeps pulling it out of nowhere.
You know, but then I'll be like, who was singing that song? Then I saw her face.
I don't know, Shrek.
Yeah, I was gonna say that song from Shrek.
Smash
you know,
Mouth. Smash Mouth.
is that also Shrek? Or is that also Smash Mouth?
Whoa, what was that? You got like an alien, bro.
Smash Mouth. I know all stars Smash Mouth, but I didn't know that was them too.
Dog, we do have an electric fight coming up
In March.
Yeah, it's huge. You know, people are gonna be freaking going bananas for it, especially if it's on the card that we all think it's on, the McGregor fucking card. So we got McGregor possibly coming up. Let's just not certify that. Let's put that in the back burner. But we do have one that's certified, and it's Sean versus Cheeto too.
Woo! Bro, I can't wait for this one. I can't wait.
This is
both of them have so much to prove.
I think Cheeto's fucked, boys.
Did you see the face-off?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a huge Montana guy, and I think O'Malley's gonna fucking do what O'Malley does. And I got O'Malley picked, obviously loyal to the soil, but
I know you really like Cheeto.
Cheeto Vero's I love Cheeto Vero's like style too, man. He's a dog, dude, and I don't never take like anything away from Cheeto. Like, so going into this is another HD Kai situation for me personally. Like, this fight has history. They don't like each other. There's a lot on the line. One's chasing the belt. One has the fucking belt. This is a very, very similar situation here. And I also think I'm going with the home team, bro. I'm going, and I also will say I'm going to double down. KO in third round. Sean.
Now he's thinking, all right. I think he was going to do what he did to Aljamain and make it 2.
He beat the fuck out of Aljo. Aljo. Yeah.
That
wasn't a fight, dude. It looks silly, bro.
They say, I don't know. The judges said round 1 was Aljo, but who knows?
Cap.
Sean didn't really
feel
throw.
out round.
Right. Yeah. Sean didn't really throw.
A feel out round. Yeah. That don't count to me, man. That thing was drawn.
And Aljo threw. It wasn't that he threw a bad punch. Sean just threw a way better one. You know, it's like
Sean.
He's a little bit, but
he's on the rise. He's got the confidence. His past couple fights, man, like he's grown to that superstar that, you know, everyone saw him to be. And Cheeto, like, he squeaked out his last fight, so I don't really like that, him going in there. But they have that bad blood, and I go Sean definitely for it, because like I said, he's
4 or 5 years.
He's in that prime right now, man. He's in that zone, and like he's even said like he doesn't want to be a fighter for that long because he's making money, you know, outside off his persona, you know, just the same amount that he is in UFC. So, you know, he knows it's his time right now, and I think he he goes to even more superstardom once he does this, because this fight, the shit talking is going to be phenomenal. Like,
Oh,
this
it's gonna be
build-up
fucking
is
gangster.
gonna
They
be
both are about it. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
just what Cheeto did last time, man. Like, he kicked him, bro, and like he fucking took out that leg. Like, he can
Yes.
talk that shit and say he won that. So different points in their career, but Sean's just that next level, man. Like, he's crossed over to that superstardom, and he's feeling himself. Like, I think it's gonna be hard to beat him.
He's talking about fighting a man that shares the same name as you.
He should, bro. He should. Like, that's where these paydays are at, and like, that's the thing is, like, you got to market yourself. Like, we all know this. You got to market yourself, and Sean's done a phenomenal job outside of the octagon to make himself. You take away the UFC, like, Sean's still a thing. So now you put that with Ryan Garcia, another
boys and shit.
now you
selling
put that with
dad,
Ryan Garcia. That's another like TikTok
King
star
Kong.
and everything. Like, that will sell. That will sell.
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that fight will be huge. Yeah. I think that you raise a really interesting point. Is, could this be Sean's exit now that he won the belt, did what he needed to do at UFC? How many fights is he under contract for still? That's the real fucking question at this point.
That is the question right there. Like,
because if that is true and it rings true and he feels his legacy is done at UFC, or could be, you know what I mean? If it ain't, it is.
What about 2 more years? Because I think isn't he 28?
I don't know, Sean. I thought he's closer to my age, isn't he?
No.
Oh man, I don't know.
He's 26 to 28 range. I'm not sure. I could look it up.
29.
Yeah, it's like he could.
I mean, that could. I mean, you could leave at this point. You know what I mean? And if that is the thing, if he still has 2 or 3 fights on his contract, he's whipping the fucking shit out of Cheeto. Maybe if that's the case, you know what I mean? I still think third round KO.
Best thing he can do is finish out that contract with wins and tell Dana, show me that money. Show me that money if you want me here, because I'm gonna go make this boxing, fight with Ryan Garcia and make tons of money if you don't put that in my contract. Because now we saw what happened with Tyson Fury, man. Like, Dana fumbled the bag on that. Like, I really think he did.
Nagano lives rent free in Dana White's mind right now.
In February 7th, 2023, he signed an 8-fight extension, so he's gonna be
holding the belt for a long time.
I was gonna say 33, probably 34. Depends on how many times a year he fights.
That's sick, man. I didn't know that. So salute to Sean. I wonder how much. I wonder the details of that motherfucking contract.
And then what? 1 fight, 2 fights.
He
later?
just signed that.
Yeah, back in February.
He wasn't even the star he is now, man. That sucks. But maybe that was in the contract. They'll give him a title
maybe
fight.
This dude is the Ryan Garcia that Sean wants to fight. Maybe, dude, did you rub him wrong?
Hey, bring it on. I'm ready.
Oh shit! All right, we're gonna make that happen.
Next on the weekly bust.
Yeah, right.
But what do you guys feel about these? Like Ngannou, I feel like solidified, like made it not such a circus. He was in there.
He's for sure perfect. Well, they made a spectacle out of the event. The rising of the ring. It took an hour to fucking get anything going on. That was a bit overdone, but I mean, we kind of expected it being over there.
They got Eminem out of Detroit.
Well, Dubai, they spend so much money over there, man. What is it, Abu Dhabi? That's where they were, right? Yeah. And so with them being there, like freaking, you kind of expected some royal treatment shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to take away from what happened as a boxing match. I overall think that we got a really sloppy ass Tyson Fury from the boxing community.
John, we're going to be in Salt Lake City for the Polar Plunge. So
I think we got a really sloppy fucking Tyson Fury. My bad, got sidetracked there. From the boxing community, I don't think he represented the boxing community the way he promised or would, what the boxing community expected. I don't believe he trained like he said he did. He said he trained harder than he did for a normal training camp. I think that's fucking cap. Because he was doing that what's it fucking called? A reality TV show with his yeah, he was doing that. And then, you seen him all over the Paul situation. How could you be focused on your fight when Tommy was the light? You know what I mean? And everybody was circled around him. And I just don't believe that we got the right fighter there. But Nagano, you cannot take nothing away from what he did there.
I think he's so far been the best UFC to boxer crossover yet. You know, 100%. I thought at first it might have been Conor, but now I'm going to push Conor to second.
Me too. That's dope. That's a hot take. Nagano performed like a real boxer.
That hot of a take, my boy.
It is.
That's a good
because Conor, like people love that fight with Floyd. They legit, but they love that.
People love the fucking Logan Paul fight with Floyd.
Nagano.
Am I wrong? You saying Nagano is like ranked in the top 10 now?
I did see that. Is it top 10? I thought he was like they put him like 15, 14 or some shit.
I thought it was top 10. I could be wrong, but it's just wild that
it is wild that he's ranked.
You got your lighter?
Okay. But it makes sense. He boxed like a boxer. He looked like a boxer. You can't tell me that Nagano didn't look like he's been there for the last 15 fucking years. Bro, you know what I mean? He looked good, man. I think he looks like Tyson. His training with Tyson looked phenomenal. Like Tyson said it himself, he was a perfect student.
Bro, now imagine him against like Wilder or Anthony Joshua. Like now people will buy those fights hands down because of what he did to Tyson Fury and everything. So this is what boxing needed. The heavyweight division needed. So
chill on my Vegas squad.
Oh yeah, that's a great aspect. It really did breathe life back into the heavyweight division because it was kind of getting dull there for a minute. Do you think that he'll actually fight those fighters off the top, or now that he's ranked, he's gonna have to solidify and kind of earn his rankings now?
I think you do it to the moon right now. Like the names on him, like you set him up with any one of those guys, and like it's gonna sell. And if he happens to do something crazy and knock one of those out, like everybody's watching the heavyweight again. Like that's what it's needed is something like this for him to do. Like knocking Tyson Fury down was huge. Now you put him in there with some of these other guys, I'd watch it, I'd buy it.
Well, yeah, I'm right there with you.
I'm gonna say that I have actually I just have something that's been eating at me that this conversation brought me up and reminded me. Anyways, boxing has never been. I mean, in the last 5-6 years, in my opinion, boxing is more relevant than UFC. You got Gervonta Davis, you got Shakur Stevenson, you got the Devin Haney, you got Lomachenko. Crawford. These are massive fucking stars, man, and they get a lot of money.
Yeah, Bud Crawford, that's right, good one.
You got Crawford, you got everyone talking about boxing. It's not a dying sport. It's still the most dominant promotions in all of fighting.
Well, only one promotion died out. Shout out to Showtime Boxing.
Showtime hung it up, dude. But it's look at Danzig though. They've taken off. You know what I mean?
Dirty Danzig.
Like one promotion died, the other one was fucking born, and like in the way they're developing it, boxing is not only just boxing now. They want to have it as an entertainment sport, and it's fucking awesome.
And do you think that's because boxing has these big names and everything? Like UFC does, but not like in the past. I don't feel like there's, like as big as St. Pierre, Silva, some of these names. I feel like
that's my point.
I feel like Dana White, he's like next man up. It doesn't matter, like we don't need big stars anymore. Like just person come in, win 2 fights as the champ, they lose, they're gone, whatever. Like it doesn't. Something's changed with UFC. Like I still love UFC. I'm still gonna watch it. But like, I just don't feel like there's those stars anymore.
They're lacking the superstars. That's why O'Malley is the one for Dana. If Dana's smart, he hugs on to Sean for as long as he can, because Sean is a fucking global superstar and he has everything about it. Who else is on that roster that has any kind of spark like him? To be honest, right
now, I don't know how many other. I mean, sure they're gonna sell tickets either way, but. How many can you say, hey, they're fighting on this card and people are already looking at tickets as early as they can?
Right. I look way more forward to the boxing schedule than I do UFC's.
Yeah, definitely. I look really forward to the bare knuckle boxing.
Bare knuckle for me, absolutely. But boxing in general, though. I just wanted to raise that because that topic's always been brought up. I see it all the time on Sports Center. Is boxing dying? Is it a dying sport? No. I think it's the most relevant fighting in the world right now still, to this day. Oh, and I'll do the Wilder to this day.
No, for sure. And I think it's just like UFC's every month, and every weekend pretty much. Boxing, you hear about these names where you're like, oh, Tank versus Ryan Garcia, like this, like
Massive.
out of no, like you got to check it out. Like it's a big event. Like it's hard because every weekend you're like, I could watch UFC. Of course the pay-per-views are a little bit different and everything, but you hear about Tyson Fury versus Wilder. I'm gonna check that out. That's huge. That's star power. So I think it's just tough for UFC to have something every weekend, and just the way Dana structured it. Like, I think John Jones is the last one too, but they keep laying on McGregor. McGregor's the only one that's really just that next level.
I think that's the atmosphere. That's the point you're talking about right now, is that it's gotten to the point where Dana's been, they have to bring back O'Connor enough to where they got rid of USADA. You know what I mean?
Like biggest names didn't like it. Jones and McGregor.
They cut it out, and John's back. You know what I mean? Like Dana, and John's relationship with Dana hasn't been the fucking best at all. So for those guys to kind of sever that relationship as the transition of Nagano as well was going out is very, you're right. That's a great topic itself.
I'm very sad we didn't get to watch John Jones fight last weekend though.
Oh, me too, man. Yeah. Me too.
But dude, the card was dope either way, man.
Oh man, knockout, like bro, like you couldn't ask for a better
finish rate was crazy, man.
Ty goes, "Are you coming to the studio? Motherfuckers are dropping left and right." I get here, it's time for main event. I was like, "Perfect."
Dude, I was like, dude, this finish rate is crazy right now.
27 minutes from start to finish from the main card.
That is bonkers. Dude, that's gotta be a record.
Billboard Rico says that T-Mobile, that boxing sells out T-Mobile every time, 20,000 tickets each, and then the MGM every time. So
there you go for ticket sales on boxing, and that guy's direct. He's shout out to Rico at Billboard Nerds. He knows his shit. He knows the direct data and the metrics on advertisement and marketing and selling stuff, and he knows what's going on with numbers and shit like that. So I'm gonna take those numbers for legit, dude. And he's in Vegas.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy that it's like that. But yeah, I'm waiting for the next star. Like you said, O'Malley has the potential to be it, but once again, like once you get to that star status, you're making money left over right. Like, do you still have that fire in you to do it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
He's got the 8-fight contract. Like, I don't know. I think that's always tough when people get there to maintain that star power and want to, get punched in the face, fight after fight.
I love that topic. It just feeds into more. So because the dynamic of UFC has been so fucking nuts, right? So they gotten a lot of bad ass publicity since the birth of Jake Paul fighting, right? Jake Paul has truly, truly, truly put the grind down on UFCs about their fighter pay and fair wages and all that shit and fighter health coverage. That could be another aspect feeding into this lack of a superstar over in UFC. Like, how many people are truly wanting to extend their contracts into UFC, knowing that like PFL is offering, big contracts. And then there's Game Bread that's opening up. And then you got Bare Knuckle stealing stars. All these promotions are like, sorry, UFC, but we see that you got a hole and we're willing to pay these fighters a little better or give them health coverage a little better than you. That sounds interesting, and maybe that's why they're lacking some of the talent that they used to have in the, the early 2000s and mid 2000s.
Yeah, because once again, man, we know what NBA and NFL players, they get that split. What is it, 49-51 split of the revenue? And you're looking at 17% UFC fighters. That's what they get, right? Of that revenue. That's wild, man. That's wild. These guys are putting their bodies on the line, making you all this money, and they're getting 17% of the revenue. Like, bro,
even
like, I promise you,
the ability for sponsors for these fighters, because then they had to rock Reebok and everything.
That's huge. They took that away. They won't let them get a union. Like, if they were to get a union, that percentage would go up. And what if Dana just came out and said, cool, I'm giving you guys 40% of the revenue? Could you imagine what that would do? Like, the fighters would be, people would be rushing there. Like,
that's incentive. Yeah.
It would be huge, but he doesn't want to. I feel like he's greedy with it. And PFL, they did the best thing that could ever happen was Ngannou going over there and doing what he did to Tyson, because now his next fight in PFL, people are going to watch.
Do you think Dana's finally feeling the bite of the devil since the buyout? You know, I think, do you wonder if he has, now he's become more like the president of the United States, more of like a fall man for the company's image versus, you know, him having all the power that he used to have?
I think so.
What do you think about that transition?
Dana puts on that front, like, I don't give a fuck, you know, like, but I think it does. He bought the UFC and that was his baby. He grew it to what it was, and then to sell it, and now to be taking orders and for them to be doing stuff certain way, that's gotta eat at you. That's like you guys growing your thing and creating your culture and sell it out, but now you're working for that man and they're taking it a different direction.
Right.
You guys, you know, what you would feel a certain way about that.
Right. Yeah. So, like, do you think that's kind of been the dynamic over there in UFC's heartbeat anymore since the sell, though? You know, I mean, because he's taken a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Dana's been under the fucking gun.
He's the McMahon, man. He loves it. I think there's probably stuff he hates about it, but like,
it's funny you say that. Hold on.
he's that heel, bro. He loves, you know, he loves the hate. He's gonna do his thing, and you know, I don't think it doesn't matter to him. He's making money hand over fist, and everything. And of course, there's going to be stuff like the new owners are doing, but at the end of the day, Dana's living his best life, you know?
I think it's funny that you brought up Vince. You know, I mean, obviously the relationship's there, but he just recently said him and Vince have a great, like, new relationship. They're starting to really click, is what he was saying. And I bet you $100 Vince is over there chopping up game, teaching old Dana White how to bring back some entertainment, just like we were talking with boxing. Boxing's not just boxing anymore. It's boxing entertainment, right? So I bet you old Vince is over there cooking up some wild shit in Dana's ear, man. He's like, by the way, let's just... Could you imagine some fucking storylines, dude?
And you know, like, right, like Din and Denver, right? They bought WWE too, so they own UFC and WWE now, right?
Yes, it's a merge.
I'd say
that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine those two's private conversation? I bet you Vince is very much in Dana's ear, like, yo, you should do this storyline right here. That will sell.
Oh man, like it's bound to happen with WWE under the same umbrella as UFC. Like, come on, you know,
UFC fighters riding a motorcycle out to their fight,
and while the other one swings in on a rope.
All this, I thought the lights go out. Where's the cage?
And they're like, a new main event. No, it's a 4-way fight.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen.
The tag team UFC. That's so funny. Jim versus Jim.
Yeah.
Coach versus coaches and mentor.
Yeah.
That's funny, man.
No, so, but yeah, like, I don't know. Hopefully we'll see the star power come back, because I used to love Silva, man. Anderson Silva was just the elite level. St. Pierre was that elite level where they went on these. Bro, they were just that star power, and I don't know. Like you said, O'Malley's their last shot. I really feel like that's their last shot at.
That's their baby at the moment, especially with that renewed contract. So he's probably done 2 fights on that contract. So you got 6 left.
I think
Dana's gonna hate.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah,
Dana's gonna hate Cheeto if he knocks him out. If Cheeto knocks him out like first, second round.
I don't know why your screen's black.
That's funny. Cheeto, because Cheeto, like, he's just, you know, he has that accent and stuff. He's really not that character that O'Malley is. He'd be stuck with, you know, kind of like a Russian, you know, atmosphere. I know he's not Russian. He's Romanian, ain't he?
No, you are. Jeff Unger says that Dana White's daily Coke budget is our lifetime earnings. You know, you might be right.
He just did. Hey, dude, Dana White just did
it.
86-hour fast.
Yeah, he did.
I saw that.
Ended it this morning.
That's fucking gangster. I like Dana White. I think
do it, Ty. Do it 86 hours.
I know all about fasting, man. And And I'm telling you right now that 72-hour fasting sucks. So 86, that's some gangster shit, bro.
That's tough, dude.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it, bro.
No, that's all.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's some gangster shit. Ryan, man, I guess, we've probably kept you for more than a long time, more than you expected. We get to we always get to talking. We can probably talk with you all night.
Yeah, because we love sports in general. you know. For some reason, I can't stop yawning. There's nothing going on. I just fucking slept all day, too. I just don't know why. Just need a day off, man. Sometimes you got to take a day off, man.
This guy's always busy, man.
Sometimes you just need a day off.
I got to ask you, do you have
down
anybody that you want to shout out, spread some light, shine some light on, or any
local
thank yous?
businesses, anything, man, shout out. Denver.
Yeah, Denver overall, but you guys, man, you guys, bro, like legit. Like I said, I love what you guys are doing. Like I love seeing you guys have fun and that spark. And like that's something, like I said, I fight to still like look within myself and find that again. Cause being in this for so long, like I said, it's like a relationship. You're married to someone for 5 years. You got to find that spark. And sometimes I find it in other people. So like, shout out to you guys. Like, keep doing your damn thing. Like, you guys are on the right
man,
track.
that just made me like blush, man. That made my cheeks all hot.
Nah, man, but like literally, man, I love seeing your guys' content. I love seeing the hustle and everything like that. And just keep doing your damn thing. And we're gonna keep fucking with you guys, and we're gonna keep building together.
Hey, hell yeah!
I can't wait.
Second that.
Yeah, I can't wait to develop this relationship with you, man. Ryan Garcia, you have a fantastic company over there. We've been keeping our eye on you ever since the relationship was opened up by Jake, and I just want to say thank you as well, man. Going onto your platform, what you said just now, sometimes you find the spark in other people. That boosted my morale so much more because it just felt like we were going in the right direction. You know what I mean? Where things are moving, you know what I mean? And when we got the opportunity, I'm sorry that we had to run back things. I had a horrible mouth, man. I'm used to an unfiltered program, but I just want to say thank you, man. So shout out to you too, and Denver sports betting, man. You guys are the shit.
Hell yeah,
definitely. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. It was fun tonight. I had a blast, and yeah, we'll run it back over on the Denver Sports Betting Show.
Absolutely, and we'll go live with you like down in Salt Lake City and shit, man.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Well,
we're gonna go live here.
Yeah, we'll get you guys some mods and stuff, and we'll get you guys some mods for the fights, and we'll figure some stuff out.
Fuck yeah, dude, we're down, man. We're and we needed to get your t-shirt size so we can send you a shirt.
Definitely. I'm petite, guys. Now I'm just
yeah, it's large. Just give it to us privately, man. You got a large or extra large?
Just large.
Word. Okay, cool. Got you, man. Levi, why don't you run us down our sponsors? And by the way, try not to click out of here until we got you. We're going to talk to you after we end this live real quick.
Cool.
All right. I'm going to start it off with Beard Wisconsin tonight.
Hell yeah.
So we got the boys, Beard Wisconsin. If you need to go get some small batch beard oil, such as what your boy used at the beginning of the show, go to beardsconsin.com and use weekly15. I said weekly 15. Get 15% off. We got what I'm wearing on my motherfucking chest. Guerrilla Warfare Apparel said what? Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. Come on.
Oh, shit.
TWB10 at checkout. I said TWB10 at checkout. Save yourself 10% off over there. Anything you want in there. You could go get us a fucking tinfoil Donald if you like that goddamn mugshot shit.
He's smoking, baby.
You can go get some of that slides if you're trying to slides in the DM. You got to get the boys a little confidence, you know what I mean? Because we out here confident sell. So slide up in there. Yeah, Rick Caruso, GWA. That's right. A big one for us is Halftime Sports Bar and Taco Treat. Thank you. They will be helping us get to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I just want to say, I want to stop right there in our sponsorships and say shout out to the Halftime Sports Bar and Grill and Casino and Taco Treat that's within the establishment as well. You guys are the shit. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to John. You guys, thank you for backing us and believing in the boys and, helping us get down to a BKFC 56 so we can bring Montana the best bare knuckle content that we can and deliver to you guys. You guys have always stood by us since day one, since we asked out to you guys. you guys have stood by us and dealt with our antics and dealt with our wild crowds.
Because they know the Montana Nelk Boys are next up, baby.
You know, and thanks for backing us, man. So we're gonna be dedicating a lot of our vlogging and a lot of our Salt Lake trip to the Halftime Sports Bar and Casino.
Yes, absolutely. And 20 past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop. They got 5 locations, almost 6 locations. I said 5. Prescott, Arizona, Billings, Montana, Helena, 2 in Great Falls, and soon to be somewhere else. Keep it under wraps till you know. You know, our Aunt Jamie St. Mark's and our boy over at Kyle Hudson at Hudson's Trash Removal. You need your snow removed? Call Kyle. You need your trash removed? Call Kyle. Don't call him for dog shit. That's your job. You want him to take down your fucking shed in the back? He'll do that though.
Hell yeah. Shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Native Grown, the best marijuana in Montana. You can get it at their local dispensary. Shout out to Charlie Swan and them boys over there for believing in us and jumping on board. The train is moving. So choo choo. Thank you for believing in us. And make sure you look at one of their dispensaries when you're thinking about your next buy for marijuana.
And we might reach episode 50 by the end of the year. So fucking A, let's go.
Also, one more time for...
let's update them on the schedule. Tomorrow night, we got Fight World Live with Kai Stewart. That'll be going live at 3:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Where can you find that?
Fight World Live, youtube.com.
Shout out to David Potter and our boy, Billboard Nerds. Shout out to you, my boy Rico, and shout out to Unger Sales.
Absolutely. And Saturday, we'll be back here at 4 p.m. with Annie Lowe. Let's go. And with that, we're going to get off here. We are the Weekly
Ryan
Bus.
Garcia, thank you for joining, buddy.
Hang out with us.